the way that yoga is portrayed in the media is very much just like, namaste, happy sunshine, rainbows, coconut water. You know, like it's like, oh, look at the sunshine, this is it. But it's like, and then people are disturbed to realize that it's actually really hard and it's a lot of sweating. My yoga practice is really a lot of crying at this point. It's just like, just sitting in these spaces that are really fucking unpleasant, because that is the point. Because life is unpleasant, because there are things that happen that do not make you feel good, and that is the point, because you need to have that experience. So anyway, that's it.
And so I know that you may have or may not have intended to become a role model. However, you have in the Black plus size community. So how would you help to encourage women of color who would see the exclusivity of yoga to more so embrace it as a spiritual practice and not this exclusive thing? Because I live in New York and I would never go to a yoga studio in New York.
That is so real. And I mean, I feel like, honestly, if my yoga practice was fully relegated to yoga studios, I would not be here talking about this with you. Because, like, honestly, I am still to this moment put off by a lot of yoga culture because of that. And I think that the more that I just go around and see how homogenous the communities are, and that, like, when I teach classes at some studios, it'll be like the first time they really even have people of color in the studios at all. And so they're just like, damn, how'd you get all these POC coming here? And I'm just like, I think that there's something to, seeing someone who looks like you, but also someone who understands your experience. And I do think that one of the things with modern yoga that we really have to take into account, and specifically with yoga in America, is that there are a lot of factors that come into play that are not a part of ancient yoga, and that we really need to start to acknowledge. And I mean, especially, I had a really great question about this when I was in Durham. We were talking about, like, what does it mean to be a Black man and to go into these spaces full of white cishet women who have been taught to believe that you're a predator and we're all supposed to be having a spiritual experience together. Like, that's not what's happening. And it's like, well, how do we deal with that? And I have difficulty really thinking that we can do anything without just binding together as a community. And it is a separatist mentality, and I also think that it's the only way that we can really start to dig into some of this shit, because it's the code switching. You can't really have dialogue whenever you're code switching, and I feel like it's there's just a lot. I feel like I would really encourage anyone who can't quite find a home in a studio for whatever reason. There's a lot of reasons besides, like, being a Black woman and not wanting to be in spaces that just do not feel safe. I mean, that's what it comes down to, is that it does not feel like a safe space. And I think that the thing that I always encourage is home practice, and I know that there are many people who disagree with that, and those people are typically white cishet women. So I don't know what else to say. So I feel like I would really try to look for spaces. If you need to practice in a space with other human beings in it, then try to find spaces that are very diverse or that are predominantly of color. And if that's not available, then focus on home practice. Because I just don't know, and I don't know, maybe this is gonna bring up all the other emotions and thoughts and everyone disagrees, but there's way too much opportunity to be distracted by what's happening with other people, and that's just not the point. Like, all of this stuff that we're talking about is not the point of yoga. And I feel like it's not about, when I'm saying, like, we should have spaces where we can all just, kind of, like, you don't have to code switch and all this. It's not because we need to have spaces that are just for us. It's because, no, you need to be in an environment where you don't have to think about what other people are thinking, because this is a journey into yourself, not a journey into other people. So, like, I feel like, look for spaces, but don't obsess over it. Try to find a home practice, find online classes that work for you.